Hey everybody, welcome back to Rusty Guns. So today we're going to be taking a look at this Iver Johnson Model 57. Now what I plan on doing is on Wednesdays I'm going to call them Workday Wednesdays whenever I have a gun that I'm going to be working on. So if if working on the guns is kind of your thing, then you'll know what days to look for videos in which I'll be showing, like removing the gas tubes on the AR or some kind of modification or a gun restoration. So today we've got this gun. I just got this from someone that they want work done on it. And like I said, it's an Iver Johnson Model 57. Now a lot of the Model 57s that you'll see do not have this smooth cylinder. They will have a cylinder that has, these typical grooves in them. But this particular one is one of the first ones that were produced, and so it has the smooth cylinder. And as you can see, a lot of the bluing is completely gone off the gun. So they're wanting it to be fully re-blued and just looking good again because it was their grandpa's gun. Now, one of the things about guns like this is a lot of times when you get them in, there's things wrong with them, and they could be major, they could be minor. It's hard to tell until you really get into the gun. A couple of issues I have with the gun, parts that I have to replace already, which is this grip. As you can see, it's cracked right here. It's broken. So the grip has to be replaced. I've already ordered a grip for it because I knew I was going to have to replace it. Also, the front sight that was on the gun, the small dovetail on it, I don't know how well you can see that, but the small dovetail was broken. So I ordered a new front sight for the gun. Other problems I have with the gun is this cylinder pin is not the original cylinder pin. Apparently it was lost along with the retaining pins for it. And so they put in, someone put in this cylinder pin and put in these screws right here, which you can tell that these are not factory screws. So that might be an issue that I have in finding a pin for this or making something that will work. And if I can't do any of those two things, I'm going to have to just use what they did to the gun, which is something I don't want to do. I want to put all original parts back on it, but sometimes you just don't have that option, because if any damage was done by these screws when they were inserted, then getting the original pins to fit might be impossible. Now one of the other issues is the barrel. I believe it was over tightened. It's hard to see. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but when it's in the fully tightened position like that, it appears that the front sight is slightly out of alignment with the rear sight. That could have been done at some point when somebody was taking the barrel off. They turned it the wrong way, over tightened it, and that's how the front sight got busted. Who knows? But one of the things I will do is I will, since I can't go any farther with it, because if I go any farther, it's just pushing the barrel up against the cylinder, and then the cylinder wouldn't rotate. So what I'm going to try to do is we're going to put some thread. See, I can unscrew this by hand. We're going to run some thread tape around this and see if we can get it to lock in the proper position. If we can, then I'll put the thread tape on it and I'll put some Loctite on it, and we'll try to keep this barrel in position. If it was a gun that the person was going to use a lot, I probably wouldn't do this. I wouldn't recommend that they shoot it a lot. But the customer doesn't plan, it's just sentimental value, and he doesn't plan on shooting it a whole bunch. He said, he might take it out and shoot it once or twice just to shoot it, but that would be it. So I won't have a problem with doing it that way. If it was a gun that was going to be shot a lot, then I wouldn't recommend that the customer shoot it at all with a repair like that, because you want everything to be tight and in good working order. But anyway, let's go ahead and we'll start taking this apart. We'll take that barrel off, get that front sight out of the way. I'm going to have to bump the camera a little bit because I got to get my screwdrivers. They happen to be in the drawer that my camera is sitting on. Alright, so first thing I'm most interested in is this cylinder pin. When this gun was originally made, to reload it, you literally had to take the whole cylinder out on this original model. They eventually came up with the whole plunger idea to get the rounds, to get the casings out. But when it was first made, literally you would have to take the whole cylinder out, and you would take the cylinder pin or rod, and that's what you would use to push the casings out with. And these are not coming free. There we go, got it. I've got a bad feeling that that pin is going to be useless. So this is what they used instead. Since they didn't have the proper things, that's what they used to keep that cylinder pin in place that they put in there. Now we got to see if we can get this cylinder pin out. She's not going to come out, so we're going to have to get some WD-40 on that and see if we can break that free. I'll go ahead and take the grip off, and then I will pause it to put some WD-40 on it and get that cylinder pin out, and then I will come right back to you guys after I get this off here. There we go. We can see the inside. Got some pretty good pitting right here. The rest of the gun is, the pitting's not bad, and this is going to re-blue up pretty nicely. But yep. So let's do that. Let me go ahead and get some WD-40 on this, see if I can break this cylinder pin free. We'll be back in a second. Alright guys, we're back. The cylinder pin did come out, and as you can see, there's no notch in it like a normal cylinder pin. Here, I got one from a different gun that I'll show you real quick. Typically you would have this notch out in a cylinder pin like this, and those little retention pins that are missing that's what they would go in that position, and that's what would hold the cylinder pin in. They just took whatever this gun came out of, I have no idea, and stuck it in there. And just for giggles, let's see if this one, nope, too large. So we're gonna have to try to locate the proper cylinder pin for this. But we can go ahead and remove the cylinder. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 8-shot cylinder. Not in bad shape. Needs the rebluing though, so it'll clean up nice. So right now the biggest concern is going to be that cylinder pin and these retention pins. I don't know if I hit record a second ago, but we got those other pins out finally, and then we pulled the trigger guard just straight down out of it, and now we're working to pull the rest of it free. We'll bring out the hammer. Move some of this stuff out of my way. And make sure I line all this stuff up so we know what goes with what. That was the rear grip screw. And that one came off the frame. And then we have our 3 frame pins. Our trigger guard. The hammer. And it brings out the plunger and mainspring, and that's it. That's done. This remaining screw stays in there. It's locked on there, and that's for the plunger and everything to sit on. You can pull it out, but it's not going to be necessary for me to pull that out. But the frame's basically stripped now. So that's all we have to do for right now. Like I said, I have the parts coming in. We'll wait on the parts. next week, hopefully, I'll go ahead and I'll start cleaning all these up. I'll take them down to bare metal, let you guys see that process, and you know, like I said, we're just going to do this every Wednesday when I have work to do on a like I said, every Wednesday when I have work to do on a gun. Let me zoom this out for you guys so you can see the parts laying there. Yeah, so basically on Wednesdays, it's going to be Workday Wednesday. So if that's the thing that you're interested in, you want to see the work being done on guns, then, you know, just look for it on Wednesdays. I might do the work on a Saturday or Sunday, but I'll post the videos on a Wednesday. It just so happens that today is Wednesday, and I'm doing this. But that's about all I got for you guys. We haven't hit 100 yet, so I haven't drawn a name for the t-shirt. As soon as we hit 100, I will just pick a name randomly off my subscriber list. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure your settings are set correctly so that I can see that you are a subscriber to the channel. But that's it, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining me. Take care, and remember, there's no such thing as a rusty old gun.